What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We're back in the world of Runescape, continuing on with our Ironman character, and kind of on a roll here tonight, so figured screw it, let's just go ahead and keep going with what we were doing. We are still here in Lumbridge. We are trying to complete our quest that we, or our daily challenge, so to speak, and the one that we kind of left off with last time was the bronze darts here. So we need to make 75 darts or 75 arrows. Now, darts would be a drastically easier option than what we've got. That being said, we don't want to go that far into it. So we're just going to go with the arrows. Now you can see right here, arrowheads, they're right over here. They're locked in at 15. Now, the nice thing is bronze darts are at, I think it's 10 skill, I think. Kind of hard to tell. Let's see, smithing level required 4. So we have to complete the quest Tourist Trap before we can unlock them. I like that. Whereas with this one, we just need smithing level of 5, which really shouldn't be that hard. So we're just going to do 10 of these little bolt thingies, and we're going to see what that does to our skill. Because right now, our smithing skill is level 3. We need to get that to 10, so we're just going to see what happens here. I think we're going to need a lot more frickin' bronze bolts before we get there. It's just kind of interesting because I don't recall in 2007 having to do it this way. There we go. There's 5. So, I mean, I guess we're making some good EXP. Maybe not insane EXP. There's bronze arrowheads. All right, cancel, cancel, cancel. All right, there we go. Go back, go back, go back. Click on it again. Whoops. All right. Now we want to do arrowheads, which are located right here, because we want to do arrows, not darts. Now, obviously, I would prefer to do darts. Reason I like darts a little bit more is darts don't require, as far as I'm aware, feathers, but they may. I may be wrong about that. One of the other nice things about RuneScape 3 is you do start with all of the basic tools on your little tool belt here. Which I'm not sure how to even show you guys. I think it's on the character itself. Either way, so you have things like the knife, the lumber axe, all of those different things. So you don't actually have to go and mess with them. They're like built into to your character, so to speak. So either way, oh, what the hell is that? Look at strange rock. Why am I getting these strange rocks? It keeps telling me that, you know, I need to take him to some guy in Varric. So I'm assuming there's a reason, there's something I need to do there. So it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. All right, so now that we've done this, we're going to need to get some arrow shafts, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to need, I don't know how many arrow shafts we're actually going to need, because we obviously have an absolute ridiculous amount of bronze arrowheads. We only need to make 75 arrows. We've drastically overdone, but at the same time, we need to skill up. So, you know, getting more than we need isn't that big a deal. So if we want to craft these things, we want to use a knife, and then we want to do arrow shafts. So we fletch them. There we go. There we are. That's going to give us 15, so we're going to need a few more of these. And thankfully, from my time in RuneScape, well, there's actually chickens right over here. We're probably just going to go fuck these chickens up over here. There's also chickens across the way over here in this little farm. Coincidentally, we will probably use that to do the cooking quest here in a bit. It does also seem that some of the achievement quests in RuneScape 2003, they're the same, from what I can tell, as there are in 2007, except for, you know, obviously if there's new content. That being said, the way to track them is a little different. I don't quite understand the user interface here, but like if we pull this up, they're based on, I can't remember where they are in here. I want to say they're inside of these here, but or maybe it's under path. I honestly don't remember. It's under one of those tabs. I kind of had a hard time finding it last time I was looking. All right, we'll do that. Fletch them all. That should give us plenty. But you can actually still do, obviously, all the achievements. They're just not quite as televised, so to speak, as they were in 2007. In 2007, you could just click over on your quests. You could see them very easily. There was no confusion, at least on my part, whereas in here, they're just kind of hidden away. And I don't understand why they're hidden, because from what I can understand, they're still a big part of the game. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Alright, there we go. Let's go kill us a couple chickens real quick. Now, the interesting thing here is we are actually using... we are actually using magic, but we're not actually using runes, which is kind of cool. And the loot all command, by the way. Fucking amazing. Love that. Love that to death. Okay, well, we're just going to death touch you, I guess. Did I just... Oh, that's right. I forgot. You can actually queue up your abilities, which is kind of nice. We'll go ahead and take this egg. We're going to need those here in a bit. Go ahead and zap your ass. Sea bass. I do love that little firing thing. I'm not going to lie. That is kind of badass. All right, baby troll. I want to take the loot here, not you. Thank you. All right, loot all. All right, so it gives us 30. We'll go ahead and plant all of these. I also like the fact that you can queue up the bones here. You can't do that on RuneScape 2007. It gets a little pissy if you try to do that. Alright, kill that. Oh, I just burned a bunch of them. Alright, works for me. Hey, if you want to die quickly, I'm not going to complain. Not even slightly. Alright, let's take this, and this should loot everything around here. I love that. That alone is huge. It's one of my favorite things. Alright, that gives us 45 arrows. Not quite enough for what we need. We need a few more. I'm going to pick up our pet, because it's kind of actually annoying to have to keep dealing with him. There we go. Kill that. Kill the chicken. Kill the chicken. Alright, kill that one. That makes me feel bad killing the chickens. You know, I am using magic. You think I could, like, burn them so that, you know, I don't have to cook them afterwards? It'd be kind of nice. Holy shit, was that like a crit or something? Guess it was. Alright, a lot of stuff on the ground. Holy crap. Let's go ahead and drop this rock. So let's destroy the strange rock. I don't think we need it. You will need to practice your non-combat skills for gaining a piece of the rock. Okay, never mind. I guess it's something good. Can we use this egg? Okay, drop egg. Drop egg. I only need a few of these. Give me these. Yeah, I do want the bones, because we're going to need them. Boom. Boom, boom. Pick that up. Pick that up. Pick that up. Value 4,000? I wonder what that value is based on. Maybe the GE version? Or variation? That's a lot of money. I'm really starting to feel broke now if that's actually the actual cost. Is there actually a chicken, or not a chicken place, a cook in here? Wait, that's not a sheep. This is the farmer's chicken and sheep farm. See, this is one of the tasks that you find just walking around. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Open the door. Let's click on. Can I use this thing? Can I use it? Nope. Examine stove. It's too small for me to cook anything on. Are you kidding me? Well, what kind of damn stove is it then? That's some bullshit, man. What kind of good is it if you can't use it? I'm just saying. That's stupid. That's stupid. All right. So let's make some headless arrows. Go ahead and do them all. There we go. Getting our fletching up, and then we do this with this. And we'll go ahead and make actual arrows. Boom. There we go. And quest complete. It's going to knock that big old chunk out. We'll go ahead and turn that in real quick. I'm curious what she's going to do for us up here. Hopefully something nice. We could use a good skilling up. So as you can see, you know, the nice thing about these quests is you're going to be grinding in RuneScape no matter what. I mean, that's like the principle of the game. But these little challenges give you, I guess for lack of a better word, a reason to do them. There we go. Brown and pointy. You've completed that one. There. Thank you. Appreciate it. We got 214 EXP. Mystery bag. I don't see any money. So let's see. 1818. Bam. Holy crap. $619. And we get 3 more magic logs. Little disturbed by just the randomness of some of the stuff that they're giving me. I don't understand why I'm getting... Okay, can we just click on the dude? Thank you. Deposit all eggs. Deposit that. Enter amount. Shit. All. Deposit baby troll. Deposit all. Deposit. I think I'm going to hang on to these for now, because I have a feeling, of course, we're not going to need the bolts. We'll deposit all those. And I want to cook these chickens, because that could be some money. That's assuming, of course, or not some money. That can be food. I mean, you always need food when you're fighting. Maybe me not so much right now, but eventually I will. There is a couple places in Lumbridge where you can cook. We'll head back to Lumbridge. Get our skill on. So yeah, keep in mind this video was recorded immediately after the last one, so I haven't gotten any input from you guys. That last video may have gotten like 3 views, so if that's the case, then so be it. Examine a spit roast. No, if I recall, there was a furnace across the way, or not a furnace, a cooking spot, so to speak, in this other place's house. I don't think I can cook in here, although, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's a smelt furnace. We're not going to be able to cook anything there. And if we can, it's going to be a little well done. A little well done. And by a little well done, I mean, when you cook something to like the temperatures that you actually smelt shit with, when it comes time to cook a chicken, you don't want to cook that at 30,000 degrees. So, and yes, I know you don't smelt things at 30,000 degrees usually. I don't think anyways. Probably drastically less than that. But you get the idea, right? You get the idea that there's a difference in temperature control between smelting and cooking, and that one might have a problem with the differences. Now, in normal RuneScape 2007, right here is a frickin' place to cook. So this is a bummer, because it does not appear that place is still here. So that's going to be an issue, because I'm pretty sure if I go to the, if I go to the other place, it's not going to let me do it. Now we do have some dairy cows over here, if I recall. Yeah, that's a dairy cow. Can I milk her? I don't think I have a bucket on me, right? Pretty sure it's not going to work because I don't have a bucket. But hey, we can try. If it lets me. Tee-hee, you never milked a cow before, have you? No. Because you're spilling milk all before. What a waste. You need something to hold the milk. No shit. Let me see. Try it again with an empty bucket. Yes. Okay. You're going to tell me, you could give me a bucket, lady. That wouldn't be uncalled for. Question is, can I make a bucket? If I recall, in RuneScape 2007, you could buy one from the general store. The general store has slightly moved in this version. I don't know if he'll have a bucket. The reason I'm trying to get the bucket is we are going to need to do... Let's see, other, maybe? Yeah, I don't think we can make a bucket. We're going to need a egg, which I've got in my bank. I think it's flour and a thing of milk for the the general store's right over here for the cooking quest. Let's see, can we get a bucket from this guy? Yes, please. What are you selling? You got a bucket for me, bro? You have a bucket. All right, buy it. Thank you much. All right, let's go get some milk. Well, let's go get the damn quest first. That'll make things a little bit easier. Rake a tree patch? What is he doing? That may be farming. I don't know anything about farming at all. Now, the only reason I'm really doing this is because we can't, well, number one, it's a quest, and I guess eventually we're going to want to do the quest. If I recall back in the day, or at least in 2007, you can't access the trapdoor in here, or his furnace here. Pretty sure he's not going to let me do it. Watch, he'll like yell at me. Yep, he's going to yell at me. Alright, so let's talk to him. What's wrong? Oh dear, blah, blah, blah. But I forgot the ingredients I'll never get in time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so accept quest. You're welcome. Where can I find those? Usually send my assistant to get them before he quits. Thank you. Alright, so he actually marks them, I guess, on our map, which I guess is kind of cool. Either way, we can go get the eggs and such from there. It's interesting, though, I don't see them marked on my map. He told me he was going to mark them on my map, so I think he's a dirty liar. But the funny thing is, like, this quest, if you guys have watched my Dead Man Mode series, you'll remember I actually did a video on this exact quest here, and this exact quest was pretty nasty in comparison. All right, let's click here. Where's our quests? Cook's Assistant, set active. There we go. So he needs... Wow, it's not going to give me... Required items. A pot, a bucket, yes. Rewards, okay. So he needs... Doesn't even tell me what I need. I have to pull up the journal. Okay, a bucket of top quality milk, no problem. Extra fine flour and a super large egg. Okay, not a problem. The egg is easy. We've got that right here. Hopefully a normal egg will do. Which are all one egg. I'm hoping that the egg will work. All right, let's go get the flour. Flour, if I recall, is from over here. Anyways, we did this quest on DMM, and it was nasty because I kept getting attacked. There was some dickbag with like a knife that just had like a raging boner for me and just would not stop. I have no idea what all this shit is. All right, let's get in here and pick this wheat. All right, just need one piece, please. Thank you. Go in here. Open you up. Go upstairs. Do 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 do. All right, so examine mill, hugstone disc grind. I think we have to go up another floor. Yeah, there we go. Investigate the hopper. Use wheat from your inventory. Did I? Use wheat. I should probably ask the lady downstairs how I can extra... Oh, God dang it, woman. Really? Calm down. Hey, lady. I'm looking for extra fine flour. What's wrong with ordinary flour? Well, I'm no expert chef, but apparently it's better makes cakes. Yep. How much? Well, I can assure you there. Go ahead and use the mill, and I'll realign the mill sun for extra fine. Anybody else? Okay, I'm fine. Thank you. Good. So, we just had to talk to the lady to get her to change it. No big deal. Go up again. Hopefully we only need one piece. If we need more, then we're going to have a problem. Okay, you put the wheat in the hopper. All right, let's go down. Climb down. Climb down. And hopefully it's doing what it's doing. Examine mill. Well, I've ground some flour. I'll be able to collect it here. Well, isn't it grinding up there? Do I have to put more in it? Oh, I probably need the pot, huh? I bet I do. And the flour bin is empty. Okay, so maybe I have to turn it on? I thought it already turned on. The thing's freaking... There must be like a lever or something here that I missed. Yep. Operate hopper controls. Okay, flip it. There we go. Climb down. And down. Of course it would be complicated, and of course we have to go up and down 35 times. That's a lot of flour from one thing. Alright, ultrafine flour. Thank you, madam. Now all we need is the milk, which should be pretty easy to get, because we just got to go find the damn cows. Which are from the lady who was making fun of us earlier, which is kind of mean. Just kind of mean, you know. She's a milkmaid. I'm sure, you know, she's got plenty of milk in her little jugs that... Wow, I can't believe I just fucking said that. Let's just pretend I didn't say that. Can we just unhear that, please? The milkmaid's milk in her jugs. Yep. Yep. Wow. That might explain why she wasn't able to give me any jugs. I'm just saying. You know, she's got them all used right now. That may be the problem. I'm not sure it's top of maybe the lady over there can help. Okay. Top quality milk. Really? It's something special? Wow, it's quite an honor that you pick my cows. I suggest you get some milk from my prized cow. Okay. Which one's that? She's in the east side of the field over by the cliff. Be gentle. So that'd be this one. Okay. So that makes the egg that means the egg's different. Because we need a specific, we need a very large egg, which is a problem. So that means the one that we're getting now is not going to work, which means I need to go talk to a chicken farmer, which is going to be right over here, hopefully. So that we can get a very specific, I'm not going to kill you, dude. That would be dumb. Do we have like a special egg in here? Okay, there's got to be like some kind of special egg or something. Can we talk to the dude? Is there a dude in here to talk to? Talk to Seth Gross. Oh, no, 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 get back in there. Get back in there. Maybe he's the egg guy. Yo, dude, what's up? Going to milk me cowsies? Okay, you're completely useless. Okay, well, I thought we would get like some kind of special egg here, but it does not seem. Take hatchet from log. No, I'm not going to steal. There it is. Super large egg right there. Boom. That's the one we need. Perfect. Alright, well, I mean, that wasn't too hard, all things considered. Yes, hell of a lot easier since we're not in deadman mode getting raped nonstop. And I guess that's part of the reason that I wanted to do at least some of this series over here, because it's just a lot more relaxing. You know, I can sit back and record, I can focus on my commentary, and I'm not having to freak out every 3 seconds, you know, that I'm going to get PK'd and lose all my skills, etc., etc. Now, at the same time, obviously, these quests are not exactly the most riveting of things. So, you know, doing the quests over here in the easy mode standpoint where, you know, there's nothing to risk, and then, you know, doing them over there where, you know, your heart's beating in your chest every single time you're doing it. There's definitely something to be said about the stress and whatnot. So, I don't know. How are you getting on with your ingredients? I've got them all. Here's top quality milk, here's some flour, and here's the big ass frickin' egg, bro. You brought me everything I need. I'm saved. Thank you. I'm afraid not. Only the big cheeses get to dine with the Duke. Well, maybe one day. Alright, so there we go. We are now Cook's Assistant. We got 7 points. We get 500 coins, so that's nice. Still don't know what the quest points are for. I think they're just to track what I do, but that's fine. I can now use his cooking range, which should allow me to do all my chickens, which we will cook, which will give us some nice cooking EXP. Not that we really, you know, need it all that much, because I think I've done some cooking before with the fish. I was doing some fishing, so. But yeah, cooking is definitely one of those skills that, well, especially once I get into fighting things that, you know, I actually need to eat food for, you know, once our health is, and that's another thing, you know, going from 99 hit points on DMM mode. Of course, I only had like 45 to 1,500. It's a little interesting. It's a little interesting. It kind of changes things up a little bit. I'm going to kill one of these rats because something tells me there may be a quest. And I'm curious what's down in the trapdoor here. Hopefully nothing bad. Some spiders? I don't like spiders very much. At all. Alright, is there anything else down here of use? There's a cabbage. I guess I can go over here and search these crates. Kind of interesting if there was something over here. Nothing. What about here? Nothing? Well, that's disappointing. What about these sacks? You can't reach that? Well, maybe you shouldn't go around to the other side, digbag. Nothing. Well, that's odd. So, okay. Well, I'm sure there is some reason for being down here. It does look like there is something over here. Take a jug. So I can get a jug of something. Well, I guess it's just an empty jug. Oh, and leather boots. I will take the leather boots. That's nice. That gives me something to wear. Well, unfortunately, the ones I got from my quest are better. So, oh well. Oh well. I'm sure there's some reason to have this. I do know it's part of the achievements, though, for, I want to say, this area. So knocking out that quest, which is probably one of many for the area, can't hurt. Definitely can't hurt. So anyways, folks, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you do, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.